Yesterday, I clicked on a button that I haven't before because was on my YouTube, the thing with all the stats and stuff, and I'm like, I don't want to get caught up in all that stuff, so I don't look at it much. So just move my microphone so it's easier to hear me. Um, and what it told me was that most of my audience is women over an age, it might have been 45, and in New Zealand, the US, and England. And I thought, wow, other versions of me. Welcome, other versions of me. So I wanted to talk a bit about being us and a woman of an age that's sort of over yeah. I don't want to, do I want to label it? Anyway, so here we are. We've um, we've done We've been the maiden, we've been the mother, and now we're the crone. And we might not like that word because that has connotations around it that aren't, it doesn't sound sexy and fun, which of course we are. So we'll come up with better words with that as we go on. But the thing is with those three stages of woman, and once we've made it through the first two, what I want to reconcile that with is that I also have this theory that, say I live to be 100, so I'm 54 now, so 50 was halfway through. So I spend the second half of my life in the third part of being a woman. And I'm thinking perhaps we want four stages of being a woman, but maybe not. So we've got this last half. So we've done sort of the hard yards of being the maiden, the mother. And one thing that happens when we go through menopause is our estrogen strips back. And this is regardless of whether you do hormone replacement or not, because your natural estrogen is still left your body. And and that is the chemical that makes it really important to you to please everyone else. So now we get to include ourselves and even put ourselves first when it comes to making sure that everyone's okay. Because that's especially when you're being the mother, you've got to make sure everyone's okay. But now we've moved on to the next level and we get to explore us being part of the everyone's okay. So that for me has been a really awesome part of getting older. And it's so, okay, when I was like starting to go through menopause, I was like worried about going crazy. The reason that I find that so amusing is I think I've gone, depending on your measurements. Yeah. But I was worried about that. And even like, because I am on hormone replacement and my judgment of people who went on hormone replacement before I did was that that's for people who were a bit crazier than me. And now I'm the craziest person I know. So I'm also a lot happier than I was. So I don't know. I might love crazy, which is also just a label. Yeah. So yeah, I want to really explore this crone phase of life, and really it's our time. It's so our time that, yeah, the rise and rise of the older woman. Partly because, like, back when the three stages of woman was a thing, the crone part wouldn't have been any longer than the other two parts. So, say, sort of 20 years or 25 years of like you're being the maiden and then the mother. Actually, it would have been less than that for the maiden and the mother, and then the crone, the grandmother. But now that that is half our life, with there's it's a really big part, which makes us a really big part of society going forward because we're living that much longer. So we are significant and we've been treated like we're not. Not necessarily us personally, but our demographic. It's sort of, and I know I certainly did see this with my mother that people would like not see her, like actually not see her, and so we're both sort of speaking up, going, "Oh yeah, she was talking to you," and actually, I think perhaps with the four stages, now that mum's into that sort of fourth stage, that she's sort of like, you will hear me, which and she's quite feisty, and sometimes like people might get a bit embarrassed because she speaks up, but I love it. I'd actually, yeah, I do love that she does that. She doesn't always do that, but in particular situations, she'll tell people what she thinks, whether they ask for the information or not. Yeah, she will. And why not? We're because as women, we're, sort of taught to be small, but we're not. We're nature. We are divine feminine. We're huge. And we're here and significant, and we matter so much. We've got so much to add to this world, for the world to open up from being that sort of wounded masculine world into seeing a much bigger picture of life, of everything, of harmony, that because we don't have to believe just because the way things were that they have to carry on like that. And when I'm talking about us and being expansive, a lot of the sort of mainstream, the stuff that's going on, sort of wars and stuff like that, to me that's all wounded masculine having its last fit of, look at me, I'm in charge, I'm in charge. But we're gathering. There's enough of us. There's getting to be enough of us where we go, just cool your jets, calm down. It's all gonna be fine. We don't need to have the aggression. We need to listen. We need to slow down and embrace that our everyone's feminine, amazing energy that's we're only just starting to tap into now. And it's so exciting to be at the beginning. And I don't mean like I'm the first one, but we, the collective, I roughly say since the 60s. Although, you know how things aren't that definitive. So we're not the beginning, but we are a significant force. And force might sound violent, but presence, vibration, we matter. And if we go back to the demographics, so we're all now 100's just a number, and so I'm saying we're living to 100, but so in my theory, that's the average age that we're going to live to. So that's a woman for half her life. So that's a little bit over half of the population. So if we say that it's half of the population, then we are a quarter of the population. And our voice is one that needs to be heard. We're a quarter of the population. I now do, I mean, you can go and look that up and come up with the actual percentage if you like. But we are a significant number. And the more that we're heard, the better for everybody. And so often, like what we'll see in the media is like, you got to try and not have wrinkles, and grey hair sort of has got a thing, although it has to be a particular shade of grey. You know, go and get your purple put in it or whatever. But and sort of all the things to try and make you look younger. I think though we do want to stay healthy. We don't have to believe all. I actually there's a lot of stuff about aging that I'm like, oh, I'm not buying into that because I don't think that we need to. I don't think that we need to feel like we're going downhill in a negative way. I think we can go downhill in a like, now the ride gets to be easier. I'm not climbing up the hill anymore. I'm gliding down the hill. Mm. And we don't have to believe all the getting frail and losing our memories and all that sort of thing. I don't think that that is stuff we have to buy into at all. Mm. Gathering with my sisters. Not leaving anyone else out though, because we are the maidens and the mothers too. It's in our DNA to for everything to be the best for everyone. And that's what we bring. It's not the I win so you lose thing. It's we all grow. We all expand. We do it together. Mm. So welcome, my crone sisters. Together, we're changing the world. Thank you for being with me. Mm.